It was in 2011 that Stephen Lawrence was killed, and you would have thought we would have learnt something by now. But the racial profiling by British police, particularly the Met Police, has long been a contentious issue, and it continues to be, and it refers to this practice of singling out individuals for suspicion based on race or ethnicity, leading to disproportionate stops, searches, arrests for arrests of people in minority communities, particularly black men. And these incidents raise broader questions about structural racism, police methods, accountability, and the failure of the police to lead by example. So about an hour ago, there's a story which has come out about an actor, Ree Richards, which highlights the ongoing nature of this problem. On September the 4th, after completing a performance of Hairspray, Richards was mistaken for a suspect in Fulham, in West London, where he witnessed a car crash. He saw two men fleeing, and despite assisting officers by indicating the direction in which the suspects had fled, he was himself violently apprehended, with 4 police officers sitting on him, exacerbating his pre-existing injuries to his back, ribs and stomach. And Richards reports he was pepper sprayed, kicked, forced to the ground, and threatened with a taser in a traumatic ordeal. He was simply returning to his home or lodgings after completing his that evening's production of Hairspray. His account reflects a pattern of racial profiling, and despite his cooperation, his clear indication that he was not involved in the crime, the police treated him as a suspect, primarily, as he asserts, because of his race. It's shocking, isn't it? The Metropolitan Police later admitted to using the pepper spray and said a taser had been pointed at him, though not discharged. As if the fact that they hadn't discharged it makes it somehow better. They de-arrested him after the misunderstanding became clear, yet the damage, physical and emotional, had been done. I think this is something that requires a serious examination, a serious review, serious apologies. Richards, a performer known for his role in sex education, has expressed his deep distress following the incident. He noted on social media that the experience left him feeling helpless and embarrassed, particularly as his mother witnessed this traumatic event screaming and crying while officers restrained her son. He accused the police of racial profiling, a sentiment echoed by many others who've had similar encounters with law enforcement. The Metropolitan Police have acknowledged the incident and stated that their Directorate of Professional Standards was investigating. Well, where's their apology? Because, there should be a forthcoming apology. It doesn't take that long to recognise that people in the police force did something foolish. But the Independent Office for Police Conduct, the IOPC, responsible for handling police's complaints against the police, has not yet confirmed whether it is involved. Why not? The situation exemplifies the lack of immediate accountability and the often lengthy process victims must endure to seek the justice which should be automatic. If the police cannot stick their hand up when they've done something wrong, how on earth can they expect any blackguard or villain to stick his hand up or her hand up when they've done something wrong? We are not leading by example in this country. Politicians do the same thing. The impact of these incidents extends beyond the individual involved. Richards' experience speaks to the broader community's fear and mistrust of the police, particularly among black Britons. The Hairspray UK tour, where Richards performs, issued a statement of support immediately, condemning racism and standing in solidarity with him. Such support from the public and professional circles indicates growing recognition of the systemic issues that permeate policing practices. So why is the police so slow off the mark? This incident is part of a larger pattern within the UK, where black and minority ethnic individuals are disproportionately targeted in stop and search operations. The issue is pervasive, with the Metropolitan Police facing numerous accusations of racial profiling. And despite efforts at reform and diversity training within the force, many cases like Richards suggest that ingrained bias persists. Ree Richards' case is not an isolated incident, and that's the important thing to recognise, but a reflection of a broader issue of racial profiling by the Metropolitan Police. But it seems a clear-cut incident, and it seems extraordinary that nobody is putting up their hands and saying, "I'm sorry, Gov." It underscores the need for systemic change in how the police engage with black communities, transparency in investigations of misconduct, and ultimately a reassessment of policing culture. Without meaningful reform, without honesty, without basic humanity, incidents like this will continue to erode trust between law enforcement and the communities that they are meant to serve. This is a disgrace.